comes from Jake Lee, and he asks how we got into Korean stuff and K-pop stuff. And this is a very good question. It's actually a very odd story. Here's how it went.
I was not involved in this part.
Not at first, no. She kind of comes a little bit later. Last summer, I went on a study abroad to London. I happened to go with Amanda. She was in the same program as I was, and we kind of didn't even meet officially. We were around each other, but we didn't bond until like our second or third week there. Through our mutual interest in other things, she started trying to show me K-pop, and I was really disinterested at first. Like, she kept showing me things like Beast and Super Junior and things like that, and you know, they're really good, but for me it was not enough to hook me right away. It wasn't until actually I think she showed me Super Junior Superman, then I was like, ooh, this is a different beat, and I kind of like the manliness that they're exhibiting.
Manliness!
She showed me In Black Cry or something like that, and it was like super dramatic, and I was not used to all the weird costuming and the lip rubs, and I was just like, I don't know what's going on here, it's confusing me.
This is not what I'm used to in America.
Eventually, when we got back from London, she kept trying, and it was good that she did, because she started actually getting me hooked on some Korean dramas. The first one I watched was Personal Taste. Mindy watched some episodes with me,
and I was just like, psh, what is this? What? I'm not watching this. You have to read the subtitles. Like, no. What? No.
Well, we were okay with that. What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm being over dramatic. I'm okay with reading subtitles in shows. I just was not really interested in the storyline. It didn't really interest me.
Not at first, anyway, because it was a little on the weird side. They are at first. I started watching them all the rest of that year, and I started trying to listen to more K-pop, and I was figuring out what ones I liked, and SHINee really got to me at first though too. SHINee and Super Junior were some of the, like, two of the first songs that I ever put on my iPod. I had like 3 K-pop songs I would allow on. I was like, I can't have any more than this.
This is it.
3.
All of it.
And I listened to that while I would walk to school. And that was really fun for a while, but it wasn't until the beginning of this year when Big Bang's Fantastic Baby video hit. Amanda posted that to my Facebook wall, and she's like, oh, you should check out Big Bang. They're kind of weird, but you know, you should watch it anyway. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch it. And I pulled it up and I started watching it, and my life changed.
From that moment on, the second she saw GD in his throne, she was
that hair was, it freaked me out, but I was just like, oh my gosh, this is epic. I will say Top was not my favorite to start when I started watching that video. I mean, I liked his voice, but it was not like uber epic, oh my gosh, it's Top or anything like that. It was actually more Daesung with his shirtless, beautiful body.
Anyway!
I'm not exactly sure how I got Mindy into it exactly.
I remember the exact moment I got into Korean stuff. Katie was like really starting to get into it, and she was watching more and more dramas like all the time, and she came across You're Beautiful, and she came into my room. She's like, Mindy, you are gonna love this character. He is so funny, he's so loud, like he's just like you. And I was like, oh okay, I'll give it a second. And it was the episode, I think it was the second episode, where Jeremy was yelling at Go Minam because she needed to apologize for being gross.
Yeah! 너 가서 사과하라고 했더니 여기서 한강에 차 마시고 있냐?
And just all of his antics, and I was just watching all of his little things, and I remember the first words I said about him. I said, huh, he's funny. He can stay. And from that moment on, I was gone. Like, I found out about FT Island. I loved it from that moment on. They were my favorite band.
It's true, that's why she's quite biased toward them.
Yeah.
Amanda, when she found out that we liked K-pop, we kept it hidden from her for a while.
We were
like, I don't know if we can admit, we spent all that time going, this is weird, this is weird.
Really like this.
Can we admit that we like it now? So we kept it hidden for a while until she started finding out little by little, because like we were listening to it all the time. And then when she'd call me, I'd have to like turn off my music because I'm like listening to K-pop really loud.
What?
But then I started acting a little Korean-esque, and then we started talking about it together, and then she was like, guys, just admit it. So then she gave me a disc that her aunt had given her originally that had a whole bunch of K-pop. I'm talking like 400 songs.
Oh yeah, you had a lot.
I had everything from 2 PM to Kara and everything you can think of. And so I downloaded all of those and I started listening to them. And then Mindy started listening to them because she was riding in my car and she's like, I want them.
I think they sound pretty cool.
So I gave her all the songs and that's how we kind of got introduced to most K-pop songs.
And then we became monsters. And we just like went over and beyond what Amanda was at the time. Like we had watched so many more dramas than she had ever seen. We were like up on what's going on in the music scene over in K-pop. So yeah, she created a couple of monsters. I need you, baby, I'm not a monster.
I will say that I did go on about a month stint where all my spare time was devoted to Big Bang. Any Big Bang video you could possibly think of, I watched it.
And that's what created her first fangirl moment of her bringing stuff into my room when I'm trying to be American.
So that's pretty much how we got into K-pop and Korean stuff. It's just been kind of downhill from there. We've just gotten way too obsessed with it and we like to share our obsessions with YouTube.
We try to convert everyone around us because if everyone else is obsessed, then we're normal, right?
We kind of keep trying to convert people. We'll show them really weird things. We'll post constantly on our Facebook wall.
Like, isn't this funny? Isn't this funny?
Most of the people don't care. But we don't care because we're going to make them a K-pop army.
That's true.
Someday. I hope that answered that question. If you guys have a burning question that you just cannot wait to ask us that we could possibly answer, put it in the comments of this video. I would like to say that the comments in this video, I want them to be specifically just questions. If you guys have requests for music video reactions, you have to go to one of our other videos. So in this one, I want specifically questions. We'll catch you later.